Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Nick and I'm a financial analyst in OLYMP TRADE. As usual, and welcome to our stream. Well, today is Friday and actually, sorry for this short delay. We were thinking of postponing of our stream, but still, we're gonna start discussing like psychological mistakes and psychological problems. So we are continuing with the trading psychology. Yeah, so this is a short masterclass which is dedicated to the most common and the most interesting psychological mistakes. Well, before we start, so please, I would like to ask you if you can hear me well, if you can see me well, if there are no technical problems. So please let me know somehow in the chat. Write something, greet me somehow, write the country you are from, yes, so maybe. And so we will continue with our psychological stuff. Thank you very much. So just briefly, let me know that everything's okay with the sound and the video. Hello, Angie. Great. Anybody else? Well, hello. Hi, Eva. Great. Is it real? What you mean what? Am I real? Yes, I am, I guess. Is trading real? It's real. It is real too. Everything is real. Your profits and your losses, they are real too. Okay, so that's why, so you have to know something about the psychology of trading. Well, I hope that this will be useful. This will be useful. Okay, guys, well, again, so if everything okay with the sound and the video, so please type plus, type something that's for me to know that everything is okay, so that I can start. Thank you. Okay, hello. Okay, great. Hi, Benny. Steven, yeah, so Steven, hello, yeah. Okay, guys, so today we are going to discuss one of the most interesting maybe problems, psychological problems, and this problem is called the crowd effect. What is the crowd effect? So let me share my presentation for you, yeah, so that you will read first, yeah. So actually, crowd effect, so people who work and communicate in a group often take the same decision, yes. Moreover, working in a group can lead to an absolutely identical points of view. So look, guys, again, so if you are trading, so for example, so this is very good for those who prefer online trading, online events, and trading with somebody. So again, if you are trading with somebody, so usually you are taking the same decision as this or that person. Yeah, so you have to know this. But actually, your decisions, they can be affected by the decisions of other people, of other person, and that is quite bad, because actually trading, this thing is quite personal, so let's say so, yes, and you have to take your own decisions, yes. Well, speaking about the crowd effect, an Ash experiment was provided. So for example, this is a very famous experiment, yes. So when each student viewed a card with a line, yes, on it, and actually three lines, so there were three lines like A, B, C, and one of these lines is the same that's on the first card, and the other were clearly longer or shorter, yes. So each participant was then asked to say aloud which line matched the length of the first line, yes. And in a group, there was only one true participant. So all the others, they were actors. Yeah, so they were actors, and they were giving wrong answers deliberately. Yes. So well, as a result, a true participant gave a wrong answer because he was affected. So his opinion was affected by opinions of this group of actors, of these other people. So the same is true. So for example, in the USSR, so the same experiment was provided with a group of children. So for example, so there was a group of children, like 5 children, and 4 of them, so they were actors. So they were asked to say something wrong deliberately. Well, the experiment was about the color. So for example, there was like 2 squares. One of the square was black and the second square was white. Yes, and a group of actors, a group of children actors, so they were given answers that all squares were black. Yes, so and a true participant, so he answered the same. So he when he was asked about this, so he answered the same, that both squares are black. Besides, despite the fact that one of those squares were white. Yes, so this is so-called crowd effect. Well, on the market, we see such situations. So for example, so let's look at the Russian stock market. Yeah, so Russian stock market is closer to me, yes, because well, I'm Russian and I worked on Russian stock market for a very long time. So here you see the situation in 2008. So it was subprime crisis in the United States. So you see that actually the market was falling down for a very long time, and this was the crowd effect, because people, they were afraid, yes, so to buy, they were afraid to hold their positions, so they prefer to get rid of stocks. And at that time it was quite scary, because definitely, so we expected a catastrophe, yes, on a Russian market. So that's why, guys, so please be really careful with this. So take this into consideration. So if you prefer to trade, for example, in a group, if you prefer online trading, so be ready that your opinion, well, it will be so let's say, so it will be changed, yes, and it will be affected by opinions of other people and the whole group itself. So do you have any questions about this? So the problem is really simple, and so maybe you have any questions, but and I'm ready to answer to these questions, please. Well, okay. Hello. Okay. Amir, Muhammad Amir. Yeah, great. Glad to see you. So guys, any questions about psychological mistakes and trading psychology? If not, so you can ask me about anything. Yeah, so any questions about trading, about technical analysis, fundamental analysis. So if I can, I will answer definitely. So that's not a problem. Isn't it a good thing? Well, you mean what? The crowd effect? It is not good. So look, guys, it is good. Well, sometimes it can be, but on a really short period of time. So, for example, during trends. So, if you see that there is a strong trend, so maybe this is a group of people, the crowd, yes, that is buying these assets. And actually, of course, from your points of view, it is better to join this crowd. It is better to join this group. So, still, it is better to buy. But you have to be smarter than the crowd. So the main, so let's say, so the main aim here is to try to find out the points of return. Yeah, so the points where you have to sell, where you have to play against the crowds. Yes, so that's why. So here it is really interesting thing. Yeah, so you are following the crowds, but till the exact period of time. On the exact period of time, you stop doing this. So that's what I'm talking about. But in general, of course, well, if you are working in a crowd, if you are working in a group, that's not a good thing. So that's for sure. Oh well, the sound is not so good. Kiran is typing. So guys, please, so let's check the sounds. Please type plus if the sound is okay. So again, yeah, so Dinesh, on a short period of time, well, speaking about like the market the market crowds, of course, on a shorter period of time, sometimes it can be profitable and it is positive sometimes, but you have to know where to so let's say, so where to get off. Yes, well, otherwise, so if you are mistaken with the crowd, so you will get losses. Well, anyway. Hi, I do mistake always when trends suddenly go up. I put downward option, but it go up and I lost trade the same like when suddenly go down. I put call, but again go down. How I overcome that? Well, Muhammad. Okay, guys. So let me explain to you one thing. So look, if we are speaking about trends, so let's look at well, okay, so let's take euro and United States dollar, and let's take daily time frame. So look, what is the common mistake for traders, for newcomers especially? So newcomers, they're trying to catch reversal signals. So mostly their trading systems, they are counter trend systems. You are not following the trends. So let's say, so you are not following the trends. So let me even illustrate this on the picture. So look, for example, so the market rose, it's getting down. So here you think that it was the top. Yeah, so you think that it was the top. So you start selling. So you expect that the market will reverse. So actually, you can trade against the main trends, because actually, if you switch into, so let's imagine that this is 1 hour time frame. So if you switch into 4 hour time frame, you can see that actually the market was really bullish here. Yes, and you are expecting for the market to reverse, but actually you are just trying to catch this movement. And of course here, so you are trading against the main trend. So that is why, so try to use two things. Well, at first, try to use trend indicators. So for example, simple moving average or any other moving averages, they will help you with checking the trend. So if they, for example, if simple moving average is heading up, it means that the trend is bullish. It is really dangerous to trade down. Also, don't forget to check higher time frames. So for example, if you are trading on 1 hour time frame, check 4 hours time frame. Make one step further. Yes, because it's crucial. Because on 4 hour time frame, so you can see that the trend is really bullish, and trading on 1 hour time frame down means that you are trading against the stronger bullish trends, and that can be dangerous too. So that's why you're losing your money. So that's what I'm talking about. I trade the options more than the Forex. Is it the best? Well, actually, there is no correct answer here. So you can trade whatever you want. You can start with whatever you want. Well, speaking about Forex and options. So look, for example, let's return back to Euro United States dollar. So for example, so here I see that the trend is definitely bearish. Yeah, so the price is getting down. On Forex markets, on OLYMP TRADE Forex, so I can try to open position down. Yes, because here I'm trading following the main trend. The global trend is bearish, and I'm trading against euro. But right now, look, I see that the price is trying to correct, is trying to reverse. So why not? I can switch into options. For example, yes, I can choose Euro United States dollar, and I can try, and now so I can try to trade up, because actually, so I can try to catch these short movements up by trading on options. So well, as you can see, so I'm trying to combine these two instruments, these two trading tools. Well, in this case, I guess so that can be really useful. Is option good or Forex? Both of them are okay. Well, both of them. So it's up to you to decide what to trade. So you have to know that on options, you have to choose the time. So here you have to know that options contracts, so if the time expires, it means that your trade will be closed. Sorry, so your trade will be closed automatically. Yes, so you don't have to do the opposite thing. So you don't have to close it manually. Well, as for Forex, you have to do two things. Well, at first you have to open the trades, and after that, so after a while, you have to close your position. Yeah, so you have to click close. Yes, so these are two different things. So well, as you can see, the nature of profit can be totally different. So on options you get fixed income, while on Forex your profit depends on the distance that the price went, yes, till you close your position. What indicator really works trading options? Well, actually, I cannot say that. I cannot say that there is like the best indicator. Yeah, so the best indicator. As for my recommendation, so I strongly recommend. So if you are a newcomer, if you are a new trader, I strongly recommend you to use simple moving average. Well, any moving average you want. So simple moving average, for example. So simple moving average, it's quite simple. So let's say so. So it is really simple. It is really useful because actually, so here, okay, so let me change. So let me be blue. Okay. So here, look, it is showing me the main trend. So if it's getting up, it means that the trend is bullish. If it is going down, it means that the trend is bearish. So now I know where to trade. Well, at first. Also, I can use the intersection between the price and the moving average. Yes, well, I guess that you know such strategy. So when you are expecting that the price will intersect the moving average, so you know what to do. What is wrong with moving averages is that they cannot be used during flats. So during such movements when the price is moving sideways. So for example, down, up, down, up, down, up. Yeah. So you see that the moving average is moving sideways too. Yes, and there are a lot of false signals here. So well, in this case, instead of moving average, so we can use, for example, we can use any other oscillator. So well, as for me personally, I prefer Williams %R. Well, I guess that Williams %R is really interesting. So guys, so here I strongly recommend you to use lines. So well, at first to use the line and to use two bands, upper bands and lower bands. So look here. So this oscillator is really simple. So when it intersects its lower line, it gives us a signal to buy. When it intersects its upper line, it gives us a signal to sell. This oscillator is really simple, so you can use it, so you can combine it with moving averages, for example. So while trends, so you can use moving averages. On flats, you can use Williams %R. So to my mind, so these two indicators are great. Also, I prefer to use MACD, but MACD is not for, maybe it's not for newcomers, but for more experienced traders, but still it works great, in my opinion. In which case, risk of losing money is more. You are maximizing the risk, guys, when you are trading again. So when you are trading against the trend, so it means the following. So again, for example, so you see that there is a strong bullish trend. Yeah, so the price is moving up, but you try to trade against. So you try to trade down because you think that the price is going to reverse. Sorry. Well, in this case, guys, the risk is on its top. Yeah, so it's maximum because actually you are trading against the trends. Yes. there is even the statistics. Well, I understand the logic of this. Yeah, so people who are trading against the trend, so they're trying to catch, the best price. Yes, because if you are right, so if the price reverses back and starts falling down, well, in this case, and you are in your position, so for example, somewhere here, in this case, yes, so you caught the best price. Yeah, so you sold the asset for the best price, and of course, you have a chance to get profit more. But this is really, really risky. At least in this case, so if you are using counter trend systems, at least wait till you get the confirmation signals. So for example, again, so we have the bullish trend, the price starts reversing back, but I'm not selling till I see that, for example, till I see that the price breaks this trend line up. So till this moment, I don't do anything. Yes, I'm not doing anything here. I wait till the price breaks this line. If it breaks this line, I start selling. Only in this case. Can you review any candlestick on daily charts on any pair? I'd be glad to hear your views. Any candlestick on daily charts on any pairs? You mean what? I don't understand your question. Sorry. If you are, for example, so if we look at, you mean, for example, Euro US dollar, so any daily time frame. Well, I can tell you about, for example, Euro United States dollar. So if you want, so here you see that the trend is definitely bearish. So for example, if we choose simple moving average, well, as I told you before, so you see that it is moving down, and if we draw the trend line here, look. So where is our trend line? Of course, it will be heading down. Yeah, so you see that the trend line is heading down. So it means that actually the trend is bearish. Well, in this case, guys, if I see that the price reaches this line, so here it's approximately the level 112, 100 approximately, I will start selling, because in this case I'm trading following the main trends. Time frame for any trades. So guys, in my opinion, mostly people prefer to use short time frames. Yeah, so like 1 minute, 5 minutes, and so on. In my opinion, that's useless. Unfortunately, you cannot use technical analysis. So technical analysis is useless on such time frames. Try to use higher time frames, guys. So look, there is a proverb on in trading. Yeah, so try to become rich but slower. Yes. So you have to become rich but slow. So if you try to earn money fast, usually it will lead to losses. Again, so use time frames starting from, well, at least 30 minutes, maybe even higher. Well, as for me personally, on options, I prefer 1 hour time frames. So I'm using 1 hour time frames to trade on options, yes, and I'm using 4 hour time frame to check the trends, to check my ideas. So if I see that the trend is bearish, of course, on 1 hour time frame, I will try to find positions down, not up. What is the best expiration period of time? So look here, guys. Well, as for the time frame, so if you choose the time frame, so let it be like 1 hour, the expiration time is better to choose twice or 3 times higher than the time frame. Why so? Look, for example, so let's imagine that we are trading on options. So we see the trends up, and we start trading up. Yes, so we click the button up. Yes. In this case, so if we choose long expiration time, of course, we can actually catch the following movement. So the price can return back a little bit. So for example, our position will be closed. Yes, so we will get loss, and after a while the price starts moving up again. So that is quite sad. Well, I think that you will agree with me. Yeah, so that's actually that's quite a pity. In this case, well, I need to give the price time to move up. You see, I need to give the price time to rise. yes, for a while. Well, in this case, so if I'm using 1 hour time frame, guys, actually my expiration time will be at least 3-4 hours, at least 3-4 hours. Well, in this case, during these 3-4 hours, I can expect that the price will rise, even with like these short corrections, but I will be right and I will get profits. Okay. Good morning, Ademar. So we are actually finishing almost. How can I use Fibo levels or Fibonacci fan? Fibo levels, guys, it's quite simple to use. Well, really briefly, okay, so because it's better to watch our master classes and streams to understand so how they work. So look, I have the movements up and Fibo levels. So what are Fibo correction levels? So when I see the correction, I can use like a special grid, a special Fibo level. So look, for example, so here will be like 0 level, 0%. And here is 100%. So guys, all these movements up, all these movements up. So this is the movement for 100%. So now I have to count correction levels. I have to count so where the price will go. Well, in this case, there are several correction levels here. So the first correction level, like quite well known, it's 23.6%. So this is the first one. After that goes 38.2. After that goes 50%, guys, 50%. So 50%, this is actually this level is really popular because usually the price corrects about for 50% from its previous movements. Yes, so usually when you see the movements up, so usually when you see the correction, so the price will be corrected for 50% from these movements up. Okay, and the last level, and this is the most important level, guys, it's 61.8%. So 61.8% can be considered as the crucial level, the most important level in Fibo grids. Yes, so when the price reaches this level, and if it breaks this level, it is considered that the trend has changed. So that's what I'm talking about. Any other questions? How can I use the parabolic? Well, as for Fibo fan, please watch our streams, okay? So it will take time to explain Fibo fan, so, but the main principle is the same. Parabolic, well, parabolic, actually this is the trend indicator, guys. Look, actually, because it is the trend indicator, so we cannot use parabolic during trends. So look, for example, here I see that the price is moving up, down, so it's moving sideways. Yes, it means that there is flat on the market. I cannot use parabolic here. I can use parabolic only during trends. So for example, look here. So for example, here you see the price was renewing maximums, so it was moving up. So during all this period of time, parabolic SAR was moving up, but sooner or later, so you will see that parabolic will change the direction. So look, for example, the dots, they were below candlesticks and now they are above candlesticks. And this is the signal to sell for us. So when parabolic SAR changes the direction, this is the signal to sell. What is wrong with parabolic? Look, for example, here, the price was moving down and now a new parabolic SAR dot appeared on the market. But if I buy here, look, actually I would have got losses because actually the price, the trend did not change. So parabolic SAR gives a lot of false signals too. So use another indicators to filter these false signals. Well, I hope that you understand what I'm talking about. Is it still profitable if I use 1 minute or 5 minutes time frames? If you trade on 5 minutes time frames and you get profit, well, that's great. It means that you have to continue with this, and well, it's up to you. Well, anyway, to my mind, 5 minutes time frames, this is market noise. It's just the short movements of the price. So I can use 1 minute, 5 minutes time frames during the news. So if I'm trading following the economic calendar, for example, in this case, yes, I expect that there will be the short movements up or down. So I'm using shorter time frames. I'm using 1 minute or 5 minutes time frames to trade. It's okay. If I'm using, for example, parabolic SAR and I'm trading on 5 minute time frame, well, actually, sometimes it can be really dangerous. So let's say so, because the shorter is the time frame, guys, the more is the market noise. Well, to my mind, it's better to use higher time frames. Even in the literature about technical analysis, about fundamental analysis, about technical analysis, so let's say so. So analysts, they recommend to use higher time frames. Higher time frames. Well, you are welcome. Okay, guys, I think that we'll stop here. Well, thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much for you to come here. Well, I hope that this information was useful. So please, if you liked this stream, click like so that we know that such streams are good, that you are watching them, yes, and that actually we can continue doing such streams. If you don't like our stream, so please click dislike, yes, and you can type something in comments, comment something the stream, so what was wrong, so give your feedback to us so that we will know that we will know where to grow, yes. So let's say so what to do for you so that our streams will be more interesting for you. Thank you very much for coming and good luck, good weekends. Bye bye.